Hello, 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 good evening, and welcome everybody. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone, and with me tonight we have.
I'm Aiden.
Aha! Aiden skipping the line. I appreciate it. So, welcome to Random Encounter Productions, everybody that is here for the first time. If you've never played with us before, welcome to your hazing ritual. We never tell you that we're gonna start just sort of in an introduction line, and I always do it. So, up first, Elliot, Caro, you tell us who you are, who you're playing, where we can find you on the internet.
Hi, I'm Elliot. I'm playing Caro tonight, and you can find me on the internet at Chaos Them, where all my organized thoughts are. And if you like the unorganized kind of thoughts, Chaos Elliot.
Fantastic. Aiden, who are you? What are you up to?
I'm Aiden. I'm a fresh streamer, so you'll be seeing me more often. I'm playing as Cedric Vale tonight, so this will be interesting. You'll start finding me just Aiden TSK on Twitch. So yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Up next, Atlanta.
Hi, I'm Lady Alantha on Twitch, but I'm currently on hiatus. But yeah, this is technically my first time being back. Shh, don't tell anyone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you want to check me out, hopefully I'll come back in, soon.
Very cool. Up next, Marlo.
Hi, I'm Marlo. I'll be playing Katrina Ransom. I would stream a little bit ago, but I'm kind of not doing it right now. But on Instagram, I'm Marlo Rose Art. I do illustrations.
Very cool. Yeah, definitely go and check them out. Last but not least, Mo.
Hi, I'm Mo. You can find me in the chat as Executive Werewolf. You can find me on Twitter as Werewolf Exec. I stream with Rep and a couple of other people. And tonight I am playing Odysseus Valentin.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much for being here. We got a little bit of a late start. This is our first episode of Blades in the Dark. We're hoping to have it be our continuing Monday night adventure, taking over our time slot from Disasters in Danger, which has now moved to Wednesday nights for the foreseeable future. So if you guys came here looking for some good old-fashioned D and or D'ing, that does continue to happen. It is on Wednesday nights for casting timing purposes, essentially. And because for a while my work was killing me on Mondays. So we've got something a little more improv heavy, a little less mechanics, and we get to play with a whole bunch of brand new friends, which we are super excited for. A couple of quick announcements. Check out Norse Foundry. That is a good person to check out. They are sponsors for our D&D adventures. You can head on over there and use the promo code REPRPG and get 15% off of your entire order, which is great for you, as they have really wonderful, high-quality gemstone, metal, and precious dice. So definitely check those out. Another friend that we want to say thank you to is our friends over at the Critical Dice. You can follow the link that's in the chat, and you can also enter the promo code REPRPG over there. 20% off of your non-subscription orders, and I think you can get 50% off your first month's subscription using the link in the promo code. So, all of that said and or done. Does anybody else have an announcement they would like to make? Any projects upcoming you want to plug? Now is your opportunity to do so. Oh, I'm seeing a ponderous face.
I'm an illustrator for all things D&D on YouTube. If you want to go check those out, I do all the illustrations and animations for those. So
Fantastic. That sounds awesome.
I'm sure it's going to be announced to Twitter soon, but starting Saturday, I will be on the Bard's Playhouse. on a 3-part miniseries playing the Star Wars TTRPG for the Hut Games.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's my first time playing the Star Wars system, and I'm very excited.
Is it the Fantasy Flight one?
Yeah, it's the one that's been around for like forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because there's the
one's
older ones, and then there's the
really
ones with like
fun.
the funky dice things.
Yeah, it's the funky dice.
The funky dice. Yeah,
it's
I love
the funky dice.
Nice. Very, very cool. Well, anybody else? Cool. Go.
Within the next couple weeks, I am trying to go set up a Mansions of Madness that we can broadcast and have a lot of fun.
That sounds fantastic.
I have up to 8 players that can play at a time. As long as I get the things set up and tested out, then up to 8 players can survive the horror of the Eldritch.
That sounds really, really cool. I would love to check that out. And go ahead.
Okay, so for those that are Florida local, my best friend has actually been doing a anime-related LARPing project called the Anime Alliance. It's been going on for a couple years now, but now he has partnered up with the grand opening of Super Saiyan that opened up by UCF.
Yeah.
And so he's actually getting his name out there, and he is scouting for more people to be in live action LARPing for YouTube. So check out the Anime Alliance if you are interested. Of course, like I said, Florida only. So sorry, everybody that's out of state.
That is very
Also,
cool.
check out Super Saiyan because
Yeah.
it's really good.
Super Saiyan is amazing. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Awesome. Well, very cool. Let us get into tonight's adventure. Our adventure takes place in the city of Duskfall, otherwise known to scoundrels, cutthroats, and all sorts of other ne'er-do-wells as Duskwall, or, if you're feeling frisky, just the Dusk. It is a city that has survived a great cataclysm just about 1,000 years ago. Cataclysm that saw the shattering of the sun, that saw tyrant leviathans raise up from the sea, that saw humanity and all of its accomplishments washed away. In the 800 years since, humans, ever resilient, have dragged themselves out of the dirt. They have blended the arcane, the formerly fictitious, the weird, wild, and uncontrollable, with the scientific and the mechanical. They have brought back a hint of light to a world that is filled in darkness. It is in that darkness that our heroic scoundrels, well, we'll see how heroic they turn out to be, ply their trades. Duskwall sits at the northern end of the Arcosian Empire, a seafaring city where each noble house maintains its own steam ocean liner that sets about the now ink-black oceans to hunt leviathans, ancient, titanic, monstrous creatures whose blood is rich and thick with ectoplasm, the current energy source that fuels the Empire. Ectoplasm exists in other places as well. The restless dead that permeate the streets of Duskfall, and have claimed the blighted lands between cities. Death, these days, is only the end. If you have a friend good enough to burn you within a few hours of your demise. So many ghosts linger the streets. The city of Duskfall itself was the first to have the lightning rods, the lightning field erected around the city to protect it from the wandering ghosts and demons that stalk the countryside. This is a place of innovation, of testing, a place of survivors. You all have done pretty well for yourselves. At least a few years here in the dusk, and even if you had at one point considered yourself a legitimate civilian, obeying the Bluecoats' every order or command, you've come to realize the benefits of, let's say, skirting the issues. Somebody that has helped you in your adventures thus far, who showed you the ropes of the dusk, who has bailed you out at least a time or two, is a dark-skinned Aruvian with a perfectly coiffed goatee. Not the full goatee, but like the good old-fashioned Spaniard, like dagger, right? Oh yeah. Thick black hair that is forever greasy, no matter where or how you have seen him. You know him as Renard. He is known better around town as Renard Goodenough. Never the first person you would pick to pull a job, but if you're desperate or poor, or it's just not that important, well, Renard's good enough. You're just watching the final fireworks of dusk. As the sun shattered, its rays are only ever seen at 2 times a day. Dawn and twilight. That's when the rays pierce the ever-present clouds and thick, inky sky and let off a shower of brilliant reds and pinks with little bursts of starry white and gold. It's a magnificent display of futile hope that is very quickly swallowed back into the darkness. As the sky settles, each of you find a message waiting for you. A rapidly scrawled note. It is brought to you probably in whatever way your particular self is used to receiving message. Some of them, as we are in the dusk, are absolutely carried by random orphan children, because I know a good steampunk Elizabethan trope when I see one. Others carried by small clockwork mechanical pigeons or rats. Some left at bars, some just posted on a door, wherever you may be. The note reads, "Desperate. Crow's Foot. Hour of Silk. RGE." And a number. It's a fairly simple message, but it's one that you can easily enough identify. Crow's Foot is a crossroads of the city. It borders the classic architecture of Charter Hall, the downtrodden poverty of the Char Hollow, with plenty of channels and canals for trades just near the docks. It's a good area for business, and an even better area for, well, quote-unquote business. The number that is listed there is an address just inside the region of Tangletown. It is a neutral ground of sorts, a place where boats have been sort of shipwrecked together into a flotilla of vessels that are no longer seaworthy. A place that is patrolled and kept violence free by the gangs of Crow's Foot. It is a neutral ground, a place for parley. Now, the Hour of Silk is late into the night, a few hours before dawn. So you have a moment to do anything desperate enough that you might need doing. Before you go to meet Renard, is there anything any of you would like to do? Okay.
I'm going to make a couple deals before I have to take off. I'm going to send them off to the docks and then to Coleridge. And then I'm going to basically occupy who I know so that I can slip away and go help our good enough.
There you go. Just to let you guys know, I was wrong. The Hour of Silk is basically midnight, which is better. That's when I wanted it to be. But I couldn't remember, and my brain did a good thing for me. So we're gonna run with it and thank Cody's brain later. So it's essentially midnight. Any?
Well, because you were going through the notes, and I can only write so fast. What was on the note that was written? I got desperate, Hour of Silk, Crow's Feet, and that was
RGE, which you assume to be Renard good enough. Then I suppose the question becomes, who among you is likely to arrive early? Okay. Everybody. I like you guys. Early bird.
Katrina gambles there, so she'd probably be there already.
Fantastic. An easy, a short trip for Katrina. Other than Katrina, who is we're establishing in the town, in the area, right? Is anybody else likely to be there more than an hour early?
Definitely Cairo.
Okay.
I would probably be there.
Cool. How early would you guys like to be?
I mean, like an hour. Well, like an hour to 45 minutes. 45 minutes is cutting it close.
Okay. Yeah, you can be an hour early. You can. There's essentially five hours between now and then, so you could be there as early as 3 hours, if you wanted to be.
I'll go about 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. Those of you that are there earlier than an hour, you watch as there is a lot more gang activity on the streets of Crowsfoot this evening. You can see members of the Red Sashes sort of stomping around in greater numbers than you are used to them being in. They're one of the more violent crews in the area, and the ones that are pretty quick to ply a brutal blade. But nothing you haven't survived or tangled with before. There's a sweep that happens almost on the hour of bluecoats. Cops. Mostly dirty. Almost exclusively so, in fact. And you think you see a spirit warden. Spirit wardens are dangerous. Bad news. Magic wielders and people that are very quick to show up when bodies start piling up. As the death crows cry the knell of the dead, spirit wardens come to make sure that all ghostly apparitions make their way to the afterlife. It's a busy night here in Crowsfoot. Tensions are high. And the only thing you can really wonder about is what has Renard gotten himself into?
Is there anything I would be able to tell? Because you said something about rogue spirits and such for the environment. Is there anything I can pick up on right now?
If you'd like to make an attune check, you can. We're gonna put it at you are in control. You can roll attune or spot. What is the
Attune
attune
would be best.
Done. Got it. You're fine. Yeah, if you guys have things that you want to do, don't be afraid to suggest actions. That is sort of the preferred operation for this game, but we are all learning anew. No big deal. Go ahead and make your roll. Tell me what you get.
3 or 2d6, I forgot.
You have how many dots in attune?
2.
Then roll 2. Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 should be the most anybody has in an action currently.
7.
So I'm just looking for the highest single digit.
6.
Perfect. So in this game, a 6 is a total success. What you state you want to happen, happens. Okay? A critical is if you roll 2 6s. That's the only time we're worried about 2 numbers. Okay? If that happens, it happens just the way you wanted, but better. Even more cool stuff happens, right? On a 4 or a 5 as your highest number, it happens, but there is a cost. On a 1 through a 3, it is a failure and there is a cost. And a critical fail is if a 1 is your highest number, then it fails and something real bad happens. So, you reach out your mind, and the flesh of your skin begins to sort of goose pimple up just a little bit as you shift your internal energies into that ghost field area. And it is here that you witness there is strong ghostly energy, but it is in a fleeing pattern away from Crowsfoot. There's always ghosts and spirits lingering. That is just the nature of life in this post-cataclysm world. But the shiver, the shudder, the pull that the spirits that are tied to these boats as they instinctively attempt to distance themselves from something. That is what you pick up on. The hour draws near. The number that you have been given is to one of the boats. It's one of the base boats, a larger wooden vessel. Has had a like side port kind of added to it. It is was perhaps once a rich dark wood, but now with age and just the accumulation of barnacles, it's more of a sickly white and green from fungus and moss. The nets of fishing lines dangle from the sides and provide decorations of shells and seaweed and colorful fish scales that almost obscure it from view and draw the eye up to the upper decks where other boats have sort of kind of been layered on top of, making that far more of the more interesting locales. Who wants to be first through the door?
I'll be first to the door.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Once I arrived in the area, because I would have arrived later.
Sure.
Can I attempt an attune as well?
Yeah, go for it. Are you just trying to gain an understanding of what's kind of happening around you?
Yes. Four.
A 4? Okay. You gain the same information as I had mentioned before, but there is a old sort of salt-worn sailor spirit tied to one of these boats that, as you have shifted your focus into that ghostly realm, has taken note of you and is you can feel them sort of at your shoulders and at your back, not in a menacing way, but in a, oh, I'm going to hide behind this person sort of way.
I'm used to this.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, so I'm arriving in this area, correct? This is a little bit later, so I'm not able to see anyone yet, as far as everyone else.
Everybody in the area, I'm assuming, is attempting to be somewhat subtle. You don't want to draw attention to yourselves from any of the gangs or from any of the blue coats. So really, you're all kind of watching this door, trying to figure out It's almost time. We don't see Renard. It depends on how bold you as an individual want to be. I'm not going to ask you guys to try to sneak past each other because you're all watching literally the same door. Like, it's at some point you have to go through it, or the adventure gets real weird. So it's kind of up to you. But yeah, for those of you that wanted to be there early, it's more you just sort of getting a feeling of what's happening and kind of the stakes that are up and going. So, is there something in particular you wanted to do, or are you good with moving forward, Cedric?
I actually wanted to survey physically what's left behind. If there's anything out of the ordinary, like a deal was made that just got abrupt and ended because of the wipe, or anything like that.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I got to make business, so anything is free, fitty free. Cool. I'll start off with the 1.
What action were you trying?
I was trying survey.
Survey? Okay. You don't notice anything that is particularly out of the question.
Well, if it seems normal, I'll just walk in.
Okay. Sounds good. As you make your way inside, it is the bottom of an old ship. The ceiling is not as tall as you would like it to be. It sort of creaks with every step, and you begin to look around. You cast your lamp to the left and to the right, and what you see is a hatch that is propped open just a little bit.
That would pique my interest. I want to take a peek and first see if anything's going to trigger shutting or opening that latch.
Okay. I'll go. Yeah, we're not quite into the heist yet, so I'm not too worried about making rolls at this moment. So you get a good look around. There's no danger immediate. Doesn't look like it is necessarily trapped. It looks like there's some sort of pin that is propped into the hatch, and when the hatch moves, the pin is gonna fall.
Then I will wait for everyone else, because I will not do this alone.
Okay, so who is next as you guys have watched Cedric? And Cedric, what do they see when they see you slip into the this ship's hold? What do you look like?
Oh, right. I look like what I'm wearing, basically. I'm wearing a long red coat, tall boots. I've got the black pirate pants, with the bag, and then it binds near the ankle area. I have a calm demeanor, as is I need it to, because I do a lot of shady business. Mm-hmm. And I have a way to make deals so that they cannot be broken. So I'm very fierce about the deals that I make, because it's my life on the line.
Very cool.
So abruptly, you would see that figure about 5'11", just kind of nonchalantly look around, shrug, and then just slip on in.
Okay. Who's our next brave soul?
I'll go.
All right.
So, Karo is pretty similar to what I'm wearing. They have kind of like a sweater cloak over them. They're pretty ambiguous looking. What's a gender? Maybe something they ate. They don't know. But as far as they're concerned, everybody pretty much thinks they look lovely. You wouldn't really think too much of them. They've got leggings on, have a shirt underneath their sweater, and they're weird. Otherwise, they look normal on the outside, but they like sorting with rogue spirits. So yeah, that's Karo.
Very cool.
We're gonna be good friends.
Good.
You see each other as you make your way in. Is anyone else hot on their heels, or all right?
I'm going in.
Go for it.
So Katrina.
Oh, we're just tagging along. We just happen to bump into each other before we get in the door.
Yes. Up first.
You just see me. Very obviously, I'm wearing exactly what I am, minus the chains because that shit be loud. I just wanted to wear it today. So just minus the chains. Everything else, yeah. The other thing is because I couldn't show off my chains, if that was the case, I do have a long black cloak. I decided not to wear it during this because it would not cover the horns.
Actually, I've been there before.
Yeah, so it's like, basically I'm wearing everything minus chains with a really long but thin, dark cloak. It does cover my horns, so if somebody were walking behind me, it looks like I'm a dude.
Okay.
Or like a strong male figure, but if I turn around, they're like, oh, that's a very short chick. She just has horns to make up the height difference.
All right. Sounds
My
good.
hair is blue, so that is definitely a thing.
Sounds good. And right alongside you, Katrina.
Katrina actually, from behind, looks fairly similar. She's kind of tall, kind of hunched over. She has a very long black cape that kind of goes over her head. But then if you see her in profile, she's got a very long leatherbird mask. She's got the full-on plague doctor mask going on. And so she kind of is just like running very fast, just kind of eagerly into the door. Like, oh, people went in. I can go in now. So she's just very eagerly kind of just running in.
All right.
Oh, it took you guys long enough. Did you find anything along the way? I didn't.
Why aren't you wearing your cloak? We all are.
I had a dealings down in Brightstone, and I was a little bit late due to 120 drinks. We won't go talking about that. But anyway,
Okay, I'll take it.
I didn't know there was
I
a
was
dress
waiting
code.
for someone to ask about the cloaks.
It's a dress code. What can I say?
Would have been trying to go in as the ladies came up, but would have stopped and been like, ladies first.
Okay.
Ah.
And Odysseus, what do you look like?
Odysseus is a spindly man with clever, ever-moving fingers, a shock of salt and pepper hair that just looks like he stuck his fingers in a socket. It's everywhere. And these large spectacles with very, very inquisitive eyes behind them, very narrow face. Always just observing everything, so would come in behind the ladies.
All right.
There are some important things
He
to
is
watch.
not wearing a cloak, but he's wearing a long, like, black coat.
Very disappointed. Close enough. Good enough.
A for effort.
You know what? Someone's got to dress
didn't-
nice.
I didn't know this was a cloak meeting.
No, I didn't either. I left mine at home.
Sure. We'll go with that one.
Look, I'll give you a body part if you don't say anything.
I'll take it.
Why are we here? Oh yeah. Has anyone seen? Forgot the name.
Renard.
RGE?
Renard. No,
Yeah,
I have not seen Renard when I was waiting outside. I was hoping you guys would have seen him in here, but it seems like nothing's happened.
I was busy with dice. I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, you know me. I like to have fun.
Question, actually, have we met our party members before?
That is up to you. You all know Renard. That is the one thing I require. You may have met each other in passing. You are welcome. You do not have to establish how you know each other now. This game does have a flashback system for planning heists, so it is completely up to you. I, in my GMing experience, have discovered that if I ask players to meet and play together without a motivation, they will not. So, you at least have an excuse to be here. You are welcome to know each other. That sounds cool to me, but I will not force you to do that. Sounds like some of you know each other. Would you like some
We got
help
the cloaks.
in making this decision?
I mean, if anyone has ever been injured, they've probably run into Katrina because she's kind of like a,
Let's do this.
barber surgeon.
Everybody grab 2d6.
All right.
Go ahead and roll 2d6. And hold up on your hands what number you roll. Yeah, roll them. If you get a 6, give us a pinky.
I got a 6.
Each individual number.
Okay.
So, very cool. Waiting on Nathira over here.
The first one's a 5.
Okay.
The second one's a 5.
If you rolled two of the same number, re-roll one of them. If you match a number with another party member, you know each other. So everybody that has a 2, you all have met and at some point done a job. If you have a 6, you have met
I got a 6.
and worked together. Great. So who has anybody else with a 1? No. Who has a 2? Everybody with a 2, raise your hand. Congratulations, you guys worked together on at least one job. I'll roll a random job for you guys at some point. Anybody roll a 3? A 4? A 5? All right, you.
I know everybody.
You know everybody. You are the linchpin here, and 6s. Cool. So everybody is at least somewhat connected to each other. You all have done some form of work together in the past. You've all been freelancers up until this point. Okay? We don't need to know exactly what that is now, but I think that's kind of a cute little fun way to establish some connections.
I mean, the roleplay did it how it is, so it works out.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Sometimes the dice help. As you guys are here, you kind of looked around. You're not quite sure. And you begin to hear the sloshing of water down beneath your feet. And not the normal sort of drifting current of the canals and the rivers, but the slosh of paddles. Yes.
How is the old sea salt acting?
I apologize, the what?
The old sea salt that I've got hiding behind me. Did he come with me or did he stay on the dock?
He did. He came with you into the room, and as you sort of go to check where he is, in this moment he is attempting to leave this room.
Can we see that?
The only person that can see that is Odysseus. Caro, I'll say you get an inkling of it, but because the spirit is not attached to you, like you can sort of feel the brush of them move past you, but it hasn't like latched onto you. So without putting effort into it, without risking, because anytime you attempt to attune or feel the ghost fields, you are making a risk of some kind, right? So you get an idea, but it is not distinctly for you.
Where are you off to in such a hurry, old man?
You've been in the water long enough. You know when a storm comes. You also know when the water's glassy. That the teeth, the Leviathan teeth, are not far below. And then with that, he sort of shifts through the wall.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Did it just get cold? Or
Just imagine doing the piece and then just.
Yeah, he Homer Simpson's out of there for sure. Absolutely.
And we hear the paddling below us?
Below you, yeah.
Isn't there more ship below us?
There's a hatch. Yeah, nobody's opened the hatch to see what's below you.
Apparently, everybody's too afraid of this.
I would
I'm
like to
literally
open
just
that.
going to use my foot and kick it open. Ah!
Awesome. Yeah, so when you do, you kick it open. There is a little latch pin that is in there. It tumbles. You hear there's like a string attached to it. There's kind of a weight on the other end. So it's just like this alarm system for if this hatch gets opened. But rather than hear it splash, you hear it hit like a catcher's mitt. Just sort of a... And when it does, you hear it...
oh, you got a body. I run over there and I peek down.
Uh,
No.
Oh!
Katrina would like peek down with him.
Yeah, as you guys open up the hatch, you peek down. Just drifting by, you see Renard, who had reached out over the edge of a dinghy that he had just been paddling up. This is sort of a smuggler's cache, right? This is a place where you would shift goods to be picked up later or take them out. So you get the feeling he had been paddling up, saw the alarm weight fall, and rather than let it hit the water, make a noise, do its alarm business, he catches it. And you look at him, he kind of reached out, not quite like a diving catch to do it, but you see with the left hand right under his ribs, right in this area, the black of his clothes is white and red and torn. You can see bits of his flesh from beneath it, and it is lined with sort of this milky white waxy substance, and that has been splattered and dyed in red. And he's kind of looking up at you and with effort puts the weight alarm very carefully into the boat. You guys made it. Doing good. Doing real good.
Well, better than you. You're not looking so hot.
I'm
I'm
doing
gonna
good enough.
whisper.
Doing good enough. Come on
I
down.
whispered to Katrina, hey, I hate to say this, but you might have more business.
Are you sure you don't want to come up?
No.
It's my job. I'm used to it.
Yeah, I'm just
hell?
gonna jump down in the dinghy and apply pressure, or I'm gonna examine the wound before I apply pressure.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Katrina follows her down, just kind of like waves her little doctor bag. I can help.
Yeah,
Sounds
I think you need to get down there.
Kuro
I'll-
just hops down.
Sounds good. Yeah, so there is a little smuggler. There is a little like smuggler's ladder. So you guys aren't all jumping, 5 feet into a dinghy.
Just sink the dinghy.
As I'm climbing down, like, hey guys, there's a ladder.
Exactly.
I'm gonna shut the hatch behind us.
Sounds good. Looking for... Hold on one second. Make sure I need to find the action list. There's a medicine action, I believe. mend?
Not that I see.
Give me just a moment.
Katrina can tinker with blood.
This is the problem with the new system. Cody doesn't know all the roles.
I don't know any.
That is okay. There it is. Attune, command, consort, finesse, hunt, prowl, skirmish, study. You want to make a study roll.
I can do that.
Oh well, I was first, so
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
go for it.
Nithera,
yeah,
or Nephthys, excuse me. Nephthys had called for it
Nephthys.
first.
Yep. All right.
If you would like to assist her, Katrina, you may do so.
Yeah, she'd help.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have no points in it, so
So by helping you, when you have no points, you roll 2d6 and you take the lower. So it's just like disadvantage in D&D. When you are helping, I'm gonna double check because new game. You would basically give the other player a bonus dice, so they would get to roll 1. Teamwork. To assist. Normally you would take 1 stress because you guys are not in a heist. I'm not going to make you take the stress. And you give somebody a bonus die. So.
the lowest I have is a 3.
And did you roll 1 die or 2?
2.
Roll, since they gave you a bonus die, just re-roll 1.
It was another 3.
Okay. You look at it, and what I can tell you is that the wound is not terribly deep. But what's odd is is that white, sort of thick buildup right around the wound. It hasn't hit any organs. It's mostly just abdominal muscle and tissue that is there. Renard is not fat. He is a svelte fellow. So it's not that. You're not 100% exactly what it is. But because we are out of the heist, I will go ahead and say, as Renard goes to start trying to paddle away from Crow's Foot, you take a few minutes, and you guys...
I'm gonna take over paddling from him because I don't want him paddling with that wound.
I
Yeah, are
appreciate
we? Is there more than one?
Yeah.
I'll take the other side.
Okay.
Would Katrina recognize at all what that is around his wound since she's worked with that kind of stuff?
You look it over, and it is a buildup of ectoplasm.
Oh, great!
It is a physical manifestation of the ether, of the ghost energies between of the undead, of the unquiet dead, and as you start trying to put pressure on it, he kind of... That's rough. That hurts. Okay.
Can I scrape off some into a vial for later?
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
Make him into a petri dish.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a
I collect slimes, molds, and fungus.
tinker check. If you fail, something bad will happen. You are in control, but it will not be good.
Three.
Okay. You get a little bit of it in there, and it starts to burn your fingers, and you are going to take 1 point of stress as it singes your fingers. As you guys start to take the directions from Renard. Yep. Oh, Renard, might have bit off a bit more than he could chew on this one. And, I could really use some help.
Looks like someone took a bit out of you.
That is very, very fair. But
So
I mean,
What
I can
happened?
help.
I got contracted to move a product. Well, something a little more than a product. And as he turns his head, anyone with a dot in a tune, you can see a ghostly face continue to look at you, and then shift and follow where he is looking. So it's very like double negative. He moves and then it moves. I picked up a crow's contract out of Crowsfoot to do a final walk, which is not something I do a lot, but I've done them before. Not bad, but
What does that mean?
I don't know. This looks bad to me.
a
You
final.
don't even know.
Those of you, everybody can make a study roll. I'll tell you what. This will be our first. So when you do a team-led action, the person takes stress for everybody that rolls a 1 or a 3, but you all use the highest roll. So everybody can make a study roll, and we'll say that Renard is leading this action.
If I have 2 dots in study, does that mean I roll twice?
You roll
Or
2 dice. That is correct.
Sweet.
And we take the higher.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I only have 1 point, or if I have no points, I still roll 2 and take the lower, right?
Correct.
That sucks because I rolled a 6.
I see a 5. 5 so far
I
is the
have a
highest.
6.
You have a 6?
Oh.
Nice.
I rolled a 2. That's
Okay.
my thing.
No.
So in this instance, whoever was leading the group action would take 2 stress, but you would all essentially get a 6 on the test, right? Which is great. Renard will take the 2 stress for you guys right now. Certain cultures have different last rites, and since the cataclysm, immolating, what is it when you burn a body?
Cremation.
Thank you. Cremation is one of the only ways to make sure that a ghost doesn't linger. And so a last walk is when you know someone is going to die. Somebody that is able. Certain people have the ability to have basically a ghost not possess them, but in their body with them, and they carry them. It's a very specialized smuggling skill. They carry them to either an arcane vessel where their soul can be put or laid to rest. It's a way to avoid. People will do it to avoid dusk wardens. The elderly will do it to get put into like an automaton. If for more nefarious reasons, if you want the soul to stick around, but you need a spirit to like possess the body, and that becomes a vampire. So there are a lot of reasons somebody may have to need to die, but for their soul to stick around. And so that's what he's doing. He is Johnny Mnemonicking somebody's soul, essentially. and I didn't realize when I took the contract who it was gonna be. But
Wait, you said contract.
yeah,
That was your. What? He's gonna ponder a moment because he knows what that is. Because I do have that, but I still don't know what he's talking about because I have no idea what the whole after image is doing. Because I don't have any attune.
that's fine. Yeah, you don't see it. Yeah. You know what he's talking about. You can piece together that he has another soul in his body. The ectoplasm along the wound. These are telltale sort of signs. And I showed up at the Crow's hideout like I was supposed to. They went over the details with me. I was good to go. It was and as he tries to talk, you see sort of ghostly hands grab his face and try to jam his mouth shut. And he sort of pulls them off. Like, damned, Roderick! Get that shit out! Roderick is famous, not famous, but he's well known, especially around Crowsfoot. He's the leader of the Crows, the gang that runs Crowsfoot.
Why would you take him?
I'd accepted the contract already.
Doesn't seem like the best idea.
They put him to a lily sleep. He went out. I picked him up. And then on my way out, Lysa, his second in command, shanked me. Shanked me deep.
That's rude.
I agree. Now Roderick's rage at being betrayed is running over me. I keep trying to leave, but I've been getting drawn back here. I've been at it for about 12 hours. I'm exhausted.
12 hours.
I can imagine.
No, we're not good enough, but this is bad. Bad enough. You should know this.
I agree.
Can I attempt to command or compel Roderick at all?
You can make a command roll to try to... What are you attempting to command Roderick to do?
Well, I would like him to settle down, please.
Great. Yeah. How do you say? Tell us what you say to him. Tell us how you attempt to command him.
I have compel as my special ability.
Okay. Compel. What does compel do as your special ability?
You can attune to the ghost field to force a nearby spirit to appear and obey a command you give it. You are not supernaturally terrified by a spirit you summon or compel.
Okay. So the spirit is currently possessing him. So I'll let you make the attuned roll. But this is going to be a desperate action because the spirit is freshly dead and is in a state of rage.
Is it an attune or is it a command roll?
Well, because your ability was specifically for a tune, I'll let you roll a tune. I'll take either. You'll find that...
Attune is better.
Okay. You'll find with a lot of the actions, there are times where there's a fair amount of, overlap. So, good either way.
All right, and what I'm going to say is, Roderick, if you want us to help you, you need to settle down in that vessel.
Okay.
Five.
Okay. Nice. Absolutely.
I'm going to make some arcane movements with my hands and then reach out and touch Renaud's forehead.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So you, the Roderick spirit sort of bursts forth, kind of like chews its way up your arm and then recedes back as you watch the visage of rage sort of settle down within it. And because it is a 4, you are going to pick up a 5. Yep, 4 or 5. They're along the same. Thank you, though. You are going to pick up a complication called. We're going to call it lit up like a ghost light. Anytime you attune and you don't get like a perfect success, it's going to tick up, and when it's out of 6. When it hits 6. So you currently have 1 out of 6. When it hits 6, the Ghost Wardens are going to know where you are and come try to get you to stop fucking with the ghost field.
Leave that ghost alone.
Yeah.
Can Katrina
This
try
has
and,
never happened before. Yes, it has.
can Katrina try and fix up Renard's like stab wound?
You look at it. It is the nature of the wound, and the nature of the ghost is preventing him from being fully healed. He needs to get the ghost out, and he needs to be ghost free and rested for him to get there. And to that end, this is when your client. You've met the client now, Renard. Normally, we'll probably just start with you. Like, here's the client. Here's the job. You have met the client. Client is Renard. Renard needs you to finish, he explains, I need you to finish the run. You have to get me to the Dimner Sisters' hideout. Across town. They've got an artifact waiting for Roderick. Once we complete the run, Roderick will owe us. And pay pretty well. Now, probably puts him at war with Liza and whoever put her up to it. Or we just sort of wait it out, and he doesn't finish that sentence. You get the feeling, if you don't help him, he'll either be completely possessed or potentially die. But Renard, for the first time ever, looks old. He's always looked like he's in his 40s to you. A spry 40. One of those weird 40-year-olds that like started doing CrossFit all of a sudden and got like super jacked, right?
That weird buff grandpa.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's the hot dad that you don't care if you break your boyfriend up with.
There you go. Well, you know. But in this moment, and he sort of leans forward, hunched, his face grimaced in pain. My friends, I can't keep doing this. Made it out by the skin of my teeth a number of times, and I don't know that I've got much skin left. Help me out. The boat, my contacts, my safe house. It's all yours. I want to see Dawn. And retire. Or I'll stick around and patch a boat for you, but
I don't need a boot, but I'm in if you give me some weird ass food.
I'll take those contacts.
I'm basically asking him out for dinner. I'm asking a dying man for dinner.
Deal. How about the rest of you?
You. Yeah, no, that's fine with me.
Sounds good.
Boat's a boat.
I prescribe you rest. You need to go to sleep.
All
I don't think he can sleep.
I'm in as long as I get a look at that artifact that he wants to put himself in.
See what we can do. And with that, we are going to take our break. When we come back, we're going to do an engagement roll. The heist for the details is the Dimmer Sisters hideout across town. We'll probably pick up right there. And I will go ahead and normally you'd make like a roll to like gather information, scout the place out, blah blah blah. It is blockaded currently by another gang, by the Black Lamps, and the details as to which we will find out when we come back. So, you guys will do the little heist. It should be good. We're going to be back in about, it's 9:36 now. Let's come back in 9 minutes. So we'll start back up around 9:45. But until then, stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have...
I'm Elliot. Hi.
And who are you,
Maiden.
tell us who you are. Who are you playing? Character name and playbook, please.
Excellent. Yes, I am playing Caro Dulmore. They are a whisper. Their alias name is Bowie, and they're pretty ambiguous, and they look lovely, and you wouldn't ever suspect this one to talk to ghosts at all.
On board. Sounds good. Up next.
I'm Aiden, Cedric Vale, and mine is a spider, and my alias is Joker. So if you don't know me by Cedric, then you know me by Joker. And you know I take my deals very serious.
There we go.
Hi, I am known as Nephthys, and I am a lurk because I like to lurk, especially on Twitch.
And what is
But-
your real name?
My name is Hikaru, and you can find me over at Lady Alantha, but yeah, we'll do that at the end.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's pretty much me. You're not really gonna hear me do a lot. I'm more of an action person. I'm gonna try and play more of an action person because I usually do shady shit, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? Gonna try and be upfront about things more often. So we'll see how that goes.
Sounds good. Up next. Marlo?
Sorry. Hi, I'm Marlo. I play Katrina Ransom, otherwise known as Doc. And she is a leech, and so pretty much if there are bodies to be had, she'll be like, I can fix it, or I can take it. Your choice.
There we go. Last but not least.
Hi, I'm Mo, Executive Werewolf in the chat, Werewolf Exec on Twitter. I am playing Odysseus Valentin, also known as the Oddity or Valentine, depending on how you know him. And he is also a whisperer, and he just likes to poke weird shit.
Fantastic. So, here we go. Your heist, that is your job, right? The score. That's the term it is. The score. Is for you guys. You were in Crowsfoot. I'll start sharing some maps and stuff after tonight's game. I downloaded some real detailed maps. Very nice. You guys are just making it. It's not super far. It's Charter Hall. Charter Hall is a higher end civic center of the city. It's very much in the center of Duskfall. But it is the educational center. The Duskfall Academy is there. And it is, I apologize, not the Dimmer Sisters. I had said that many times. Not them. They're their own kettle of fish. But it is a new organization working out of Charter Hall University. And Renard tells you that they are known as the Orderless. As such, you were intending to meet them at one of the watchtowers along the wall that blocks off part of the Charter Hall area of town. As you guys are making your approach, we're going to do what is called a initiation roll. Something like that. Yes. There we go. Now, that is normally just a d6 plus 6s if you guys have any major benefits, like just things are going your way, or you've got the right tools or what have you. It is the only time, in theory, the GM, should be rolling a die. So we're going to find out exactly what position you guys are starting in. It is normally 1 to 3, not great, real bad. 4 or 5, we're okay. 6, you guys are doing fantastic. So, here we go. Hey! Good for Renard, you guys picked up a 6. So, you're making your way down the canal, and outside of the tower, let me get the tower name. I apologize. There it is. Outside of the charter wall. The wall, to describe it to you, is in parts largely falling down, but it is preserved. This is some of the oldest structure in the entirety of the city. There are sculptures and music pieces, murals drawn on the inside and the outside of the wall. It draws artists from all across the city. And it is a place of great beauty and cultural age and significance. There are, along this wall, watchtowers in the corners and at specific points. It is where people can enter from the inside and walk along the wall, where you would see the statues and things like that. And in an age gone by, was at one point a defensive structure. These towers are pretty big, definitely ground floor, like a full house, kind of. People would live in them during ancient times of battle. And one of the Charter Wall towers that you are attempting to see, is right on the corner of the major, some of the major canals in near Crow's Foot, to some of the wealthier districts to the north. It is very busy. And as you're making your approach from the southern end, underneath the bridges, and you hear the clomping of foots, of horses and carts and carriages, you look down the canal, and in the water is almost a flotilla of boats, and you count at least 5, each one heavily laid down with red sashes, gang members from Crow's Foot. Some of them are hurling grappling hooks on ropes up the ladder, attempting to climb up that way. And up from the top, you can see these dark hooded figures just sort of dashing about the walls, basically trying to keep this assault of the tower at bay. Because you guys got a 6, I will also let you know that along the bridge you hear over the top the telltale whistles and shouts of bluecoats who have noticed this fracas that has begun and are calling in their own barges and dinghies to break up what is happening. And you can hear one of the sergeants shouting, "Don't care what it takes, get inside there and see what's happening at that tower. Be damned if I see a bunch of rich kids floating in the river on my watch. I don't give a hell's what it is."
Do I recognize that voice as Jaren?
Is that one of your contacts?
That's my rival.
That's your rival. I'll tell you what. Because you got a 6 on your initiation roll, do you want it to be?
Yes.
Then yes, it is. Absolutely.
So this just got a little bit harder. Can we hurry this along? I really don't want to deal with that J dude.
Currently, you guys are underneath the bridge. You have not been spotted. You know the bluecoats are making their way to the tower by land within the district. If you're not fast, the orderless are going to abandon the drop site, and Renard is screwed. By water, the red sashes are here. They might be driven off by the bluecoat barges, but you don't think you have time to wait for that. So, we will be doing... This is now your heist. Okay? The one thing I need to know from you guys right now is what load your character is bringing. You had a travel, and Renard has... this is his heisting boat. He's got smuggler's cash in the bottom of it. It's a little bigger than a dinghy. It's a boat. Let's just give him one of those, right? So whatever equipment that is mundane that you need, you could have picked up. Okay? So load is basically deciding how many slots, how many spaces of stuff your character could potentially have. You don't have to tell me what those things are now. You can wait until you need them to declare, oh, I have a climbing kit. I have a few blades. It lists on your character sheet ideas of what your equipment can be. So if we can just go around the table, let me know what your load is, and then we will begin. Basically, whoever wants to go first can go first. I give everybody else a chance to do something, and then whoever pipes up next, that's the way we go. Sound good?
Hardcore getting those throwing knives.
Okay. So light load, medium load, or heavy load. That's what I'm looking for. Caro.
I'm probably going to do medium load.
Medium load? Okay. Sounds good. Cedric.
I'm doing a light load.
Light load. Nephthys.
Medium.
Medium. Katrina.
Oh, normal load. Just
Medium load.
Or medium load, yeah. That
Got
one.
it. And Odysseus. Oh.
I will do a heavy load.
Heavy load. Okay. Sounds good. Renard is struggling to hold himself together. He is not going to be able to do a lot of... He'll be able to move and run. He'll not run, but he'll climb if you need him to climb. And he'll move as good as you need him to move, but not quickly. So, That is the one limitation you guys have. You are in your boat. You are beneath the bridge. You see about 5 boats of red sashes up the canal. You hear the rival sergeant ordering people down into the Charter Hall district. Reports already coming in, and you can see that the orderlists up on that wall rampart are doing their best to hold out. What would you like to do?
Look,
For
Renard,
those that don't know me, do you need me to thin the crowd a little?
Wouldn't hurt.
That could be helpful.
I'm gonna stick with Renard. I'm gonna get him out. Or where he needs
Yeah,
to be.
obviously
Look,
somebody, at least one person needs to stick with him. But is there anybody else that's coming with me so I don't accidentally do friendly fire?
I got you.
I mean, I could try and help blow them up or something. Or are we trying to be sneaky about this?
We can try to create a distraction. I have an idea.
I could catch a boat on fire.
That always works.
I have subterfuge supplies and burglary gear, so
Look, I can cover
Yeah.
us after this. I'll make some false documents. I'll blame it on whichever, so that we're scot-free. I'll deal with the aftermath. I'll do it again with Renard.
Thinking
That's
plan
fair.
of action wise, make an explosion on the farthest boat that you can throw to confidently. Don't just throw anywhere. I'll take the ones that are closest to us, wipe them out, and we can just go in scot-free. If I have any support, that'd be great.
I will go ahead and help you guys out real quick. The big question. Look at me, camera. Over here.
Cameron's like, nah.
Perp. The big question is, which way is Renard going? The boat distraction sounds fantastic. Seems like that's the deal. Are you guys gonna blow stuff up and then take Renard up the wall? Or are you gonna try to cause a distraction and then take him across the land?
Oh, I'm splitting from the party. I know that's a terrible idea, but you know, if shit hits the fan, I want to be the distraction.
Great. It's a heist. This is A-OK in this type of game. It is different than D&D. So,
I want to aid the distraction.
great. Just team distraction on boats.
I want to blow shit up.
Okay, three people dealing with boats.
I was going to try to deal with the blue coats on the bridge
Okay,
and try to possibly take him over land.
Renard up the land area. Perfect. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
I want to go over land too.
Okay.
Look, if we get past the blue coats, I owe you.
I have an idea.
Great.
That's fair. Question.
Yes.
If I'm not an alchemist, do I still have alchemicals, or is that not a thing? If I'm not an alchemist.
It can be part of your load. You can declare
Oh,
to me
sweet.
that you have alchemical reagents to make firebombs. Now, I am being liberal with that for our first heist. In the future, making bombs and grenades and things like that is a downtime activity. But we are
Right.
assuming that Renard has whatever you need in this moment.
Sweet. I get to make a grenade.
There you go.
Curious question: how many throwing knives is in a throwing knife set in this game?
It is not specific on purpose. If I think it is excessive, I will tell you to check off another tick of your load.
Considering that I collect knives, generally a average throwing knife kit has 8.
I'm fine with 8.
Okay, but the arcane implements is what I'm carrying. I would just think I could do a flashbang. That's about it.
Arcane implements, I believe that lets you basically use a tune to do like some, we'll call it like some cantrip level magic, basically.
Okay.
Would be my thought, but I will double check. You're a spider?
Yeah, I'm a spider.
Okay.
I mean, to be
Spider.
fair, flashbang could help if you want to like blind someone as you're trying to
Sure.
shove Renard over.
I am not too worried in this on tonight. I'm not real worried about your equipment being too powerful because we are learning and we are going, right? In the future, we will be more specific on the equipment. So for tonight, have fun.
You know what? Instead of a flashbang, I'll make it more or less complicated. I forget the material, but when you rub it against metal, it makes a bunch of sparks. I'll just make an exaggerated
steel.
bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just make an exaggerated one that just sparks more than it should.
Okay. Sounds great.
Also, Renard,
Yes.
what were the exact words of your contract? Is there a way that you can pass it to me if you can't make it?
I believe it's the delivery of the Roderick spirit in specific.
Doesn't matter who takes it.
I
Does
mean,
it say it has to be
whoever
by
takes
the
it is whoever's getting paid, but yeah.
I'm worried about you, buddy. You're good enough to keep alive. So-
All right. Well, while he's talking, the bodies aren't going to be flowing, so let's go.
Okay. Team Boat Boom. Here is a question. You guys are under the bridge to start. Are you guys attempting to make it over to the boats, the shore near the boats, in range of boats, stealthily, or are you attempting? Does the distraction begin with your approach?
I think the best thing would just be to drop off the land team and myself, because I'm gonna need to be on land if I'm gonna kill people. Like, that's just a thing. If anybody else is getting off, now's the time. And then Karu and goddamn name that I forget character.
You can mouse
Katrina?
over the pictures, and they have their names on there.
Yes, Katrina. Yes. So yeah, you two, if you want to stay on boat, that is up to you. But I know to blow up boats, you kind of need to be near the boats.
Yeah, I don't really have a grenade launcher. Just a grenade.
I have subterfuge supplies, tinkering tools, and burglary gear. So I got things if you need them.
You can hold on to them because I just took as many weapons as possible, so I don't have to really worry about running, getting my equipment, and then having to run again.
Excellent. You're all good.
Okay, so Team Boat, making your approach, what actions would you like to use? Tell me how you use them. Action list, I'll go ahead and read out just to help everybody remember. Attune, Command, Consort, Finesse, Hunt, Prowl, Skirmish, Study, Survey, Sway, Tinker, Wreck.
I mean, Katrina's probably gonna wreck.
Okay.
Cause she gonna throw a grenade at the farthest possible boat she can find with all the red sashes in them.
Okay.
So I have mainly Prowl and Skirmish because assassin be assassin.
Yep.
Fair.
You can assassin swim up to a boat, prowl up on them, and
I could,
and
but I
skirmish
also
some
need to
people.
clear the way as much as possible for Renard to get through.
Renard's going by land.
I have to make sure that if there's anybody in their path, I can get rid of them.
So you're going with
I'm doing both. I'm going to be making sure behind me.
You're doing one or the other because they're in two different directions.
Okay, well then I'm going to stay as close to the shoreline as possible just
Okay.
to make sure that I get the distraction away from them if that's the case.
Absolutely. Sounds good. You know what? Let's start with that rec check from Katrina. So you are in the boat. You are paddling your way up there. Niphtha has disembarked along with Cedric, Odysseus, and Renard. Caro, you are in the boat or disembarked?
In the boat.
In the boat. Nice.
Boat squad.
So you guys are paddling your way up. Katrina, make
Yes.
me. If you want to try to sneak up on them or convince them that you're not about to throw fire at them, I'll take sway or prowl.
Okay. Geez, I have neither and either. I guess I'll just.
Or Caro can make them. You guys are on the same team.
Yeah, I can
sure.
do whatever you want.
Can you paddle quietly?
Yeah, sure.
Paddle
What
stealthily.
kind of... Do I need to roll for that?
Prowl.
Prowl?
Yeah, prowl or
I
sway.
don't have...
Oh,
Ooh,
darn,
I have
both
sway.
of us.
You have sway. Okay. Yeah, make a sway roll.
Paddle like a red sash.
4.
4. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You're paddling up. Everybody has, the rest of the team is disembarked. You get past. There's 5 boats. We're gonna say you get past 2 of the boats. So you're not quite like in the middle of them. They're busy, and there is some traffic. Usually, when gang activity starts happening, if you're not a blue coat or you're not involved, kind of you just keep your head down and don't say anything or see anything. But they do notice you enough so it is a complication. We're going to give you a 4 o'clock complication that says that has 1 tick in it, and currently the complication is going to be called. Wait, get the hell out of here! So they see you, right? One of the red sashes is like, what? Just keep paddling, and he kind of turns back away, and you're like, okay, yeah, we're good. So I'm gonna actually put that at 2 of 4. So pretty much as soon as you do anything, it's gonna piss them off. Katrina, you want to throw that bomb now?
Yes, I do.
Go for it.
All right.
Make that
All
rec
right.
check.
So, okay, so I have 2 dots on that, so I roll 2 and then keep the higher.
Correct.
Yay! Okay. And I rolled 2 ones.
Oh.
I'm gonna blow us up.
Okay.
No!
Hey, it's still a distraction.
After I paddled
it does
so good.
work.
It
I'm
is.
so sorry.
It is a distraction. So
Oh, I'm dead.
just to talk you guys through it, what you guys are doing is a setup roll. That is a distraction, right? You basically, when you create a good distraction, the rest of your team gets a +1 on their die rolls because things are happening, right? I'm gonna give that to you because this is real distracting. You set the boat on fire. You've got it there. You're mixing them, and then just a bonfire inferno on the back end of the boat just goes. And I mean, not like, oh, it's a little on fire. I mean, like the beacons of Gondor are lit, right? Like that's like just bursts up. You can see everybody around there, and they all, like all the red sashes doing shady shit in the dark, suddenly stop and are like, what just happened? The blue coat whistles, pause, and are looking at you guys. I'm gonna say that this is only gonna increase that clock by 1, because everybody
God.
sees you. At 4, they know you're an enemy, right? They all see you. If you make some good sway rolls, you can turn that around. But we're gonna jump over to Niptha. You're on the shore. You are. I'm gonna need at least a prowl roll to keep you, because it's a wall, right? You're just down by the shore, so you're like monkey climbing, Uncharted, shimmying, Assassin's Creed, crawling along the wall.
So I have 2 pips in prowl, so I roll 2 dice.
Correct. And take the higher.
I rolled a 1 on both. Team Boat is sucking ass.
We are not good enough.
You're,
You're crawling along the wall. The fire lights up, and you turn to look at it, and just as you do, the handhold of stone that you had gives way, and you let out a surprised shriek of I'm falling. I don't know what the hell just happened. You are
I let out the typical death scream, like the ah!
yes, absolutely.
Wilhelm.
Good old Wilhelm scream.
I apologize. I did need to give another. So looking up some of these, the critical fails, I do need to give, and we're gonna go through all of this right now. You guys are all gonna take a level 2. Wound. You can resist it. The wound is for my boat people. What are the lesser burns? 3rd degree.
The lesser burn is going to be a 1st degree.
1st degree.
So
1st degree burn.
That's only going to be on the surface of the skin. By
Great.
the time it gets to a 2nd degree, it actually gets all the way through the skin. 3rd degree is to muscle or bone.
Great. So 1st degree burn. That is a level 2. A level 2 wound. You can attempt to resist it. Let's see. Who do we
Is that under harm or?
So that would be under harm. And what you'll notice is
Okay.
that when you cannot fill in a box for harm, so if you cannot fill in a level 1, it's going to go to the level 2. If you cannot fill in the level 2, it goes to a level 3. If you cannot fill in a level 3 or you just take a level 4, you are out. You are dead. But right now, you guys are taking a level 2 harm, which is 1st degree burns, which is what you would write there, but you have the chance to resist it. To resist it, you will make a attribute roll. I'm going to say it's either needs to be prowess or resolve. So that's the vertical line on the character sheet. So that's how many dots you have in those attributes. So if you're going to resolve resist, you're just gutting it out. So like look over on the far right. It says prowess, then finesse, prowl, skirmish, wreck. If you have a dot in wreck, a dot in skirmish, and a dot in prowl, you have an attribute of 3 in prowess. Prowess is what you use to resist damage. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I only have 1 in rec and 1 in finesse.
Okay, so that would be 2. Or if you want to try to resist it using resolve, you can resist it that way.
I have 1 in finesse and 2 in wreck. What does that give me?
That still is only 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. So since I have, as far as resolve, I have 2 in attune. Would that be better than just doing rec and finesse, or should I just do rec and finesse?
It's rec and finesse. So the
Okay.
first dot in a action contributes to the attribute, right? So
Okay.
your extra dots are make you better at attuning. They don't make you better at resolve resisting things. So sounds like you're both rolling prowess to resist. So roll those. Give me the higher.
5.
Nice.
Four.
4. Okay. So both of you are going to reduce the harm from a level 2 1st degree burns to a level 1 singed. And you're both going to take 1 point of stress. So check one of your stress boxes there. And for Nephthys, you're going to take a level 2 harm. Falling hurts. You can resist it with prowess.
I'm gonna try to resist it because I actually have 3 pips there.
Okay, so you have a pip in skirmish,
Finesse, prowl, and
finesse.
skirmish.
Nice. Yeah. So roll those 3.
Do I roll 3 dice?
3 dice, and give me the higher.
Sorry, I was just trying to find dice of the same shape. I got 4 is the highest.
4 is the highest. Okay, so you are going to reduce the harm from to rolled with it, which is a level 1 harm, and you're going to take 1 point of stress. And you are all 3 in a definitely in a at least risky, if not desperate, position. So over to my land team with Renard behind you guys. They are very distracted. What are you guys up to?
Well, that distraction went better than I thought it would.
I know. Roger, do you think you can go?
I
We
was
need to
going
go now.
yeah, we should start moving. I was going to take one of the spirit bottles that are designed to explode on impact.
Mm-hmm.
Shake it like a Coke can, and then throw it into their midst. That was my plan.
Into whose midst? The blue coats?
Yup.
Okay.
Preferably that one right there. Yeah, that one. No relation, just I hate him.
Would take note of that specific target and try to aim it at his feet.
Okay, which action would you like to use? Are you trying to finesse it over there? Are you trying to wreck them?
I don't have either of those.
You're rolling it. You have
you.
a bonus die from the distraction. The distraction. So you're rolling at least 1 die.
Okay. Would Tinker be something I could do?
Yeah, I'll let you do it. Go for it.
All right. Highest is a 5.
Highest is a 5. Okay. So, with the 5, we are going to give you 2 checks on the it's a blue coat city clock. So that is 6. You guys are a third of the way to defeating them. However, I am going to create a complication clock for you, which is a 4-tick clock with one of them in there saying you are being chased. As the bomb goes off, the attuned spirits sort of burst out this ghostly rush of ectoplasm, washes over the blue coats. They start screaming, and you hear the sergeant, "What was that? Ah! Hells be damned! After them, boys! After them!" Cedric.
Okay, this is where I would talk to Roderick, and specifically the ghost with him. No, Roderick is the ghost.
Yeah, Roderick is the ghost. Renard.
Okay, I want to use him. Like, I'll make you a deal. We make this out, you get where you want to be, and you keep him alive. If he dies, you take me. I'm going to use my consort.
Okay. Yeah, roll consort.
As a 4 for my highest one.
Okay. And you were attempting to make the deal with Roderick?
Yeah, basically giving him the comfort that if good enough drops, he can attach to me and I'll get him there.
Okay. Yeah. You are so you're not super you're not great with attunement, but you speak the words, you see Renard looking into you, the eyes sort of milk over for a moment, and then the hand that has been clutching at the wound shoots up and clutches your face for but a moment, and the thick ectoplasm sort of sears this bluish handprint along your cheek. I'm going to give you a it's going to be a level 2 harm effect, which is Ghost Burn. You can attempt to resist it with Resolve or Insight.
Will this affect the deal or the contract I'm trying to make, or is it just the damage?
It is just the cost of accepting it. So you can resist it to no ill effect.
Meaning, so I want the contract to happen. That's
It
what
will
I'm getting.
it will happen either way. It just depends on how badly you're in pain. That's all.
I'm not thinking about pain. I will just take it.
You're just okay, great. So you take the level 2 Ghost Burn,
And
which
then
is a
I'll-
-1 die penalty on all
Okay.
of your rolls.
That's fair. The contract is made, and I try to think I'm hitting Roderick, but I just touch good enough in the shoulder. I'm like, I think that's how it works. All right, let's go.
Okay. Back over to my boat team. What are you guys up to? Your boat is on fire.
Out of the boat and swimming.
Out of the boat and swimming. Okay.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay.
Just can I if I get out of the boat, can I attempt to push the flaming boat like into the crowd of red sash boats?
Sure. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
You do. You push it towards them. Are you
yeah.
are you doing anything to make it not look like an obvious attack?
I don't know if there's any way to not make pushing a boat into them that's on fire look obvious. I guess I could just yell, "Whoops!"
I would say sway. Sway is your ability to convince people. Yeah, I mean, if it's a performance check, basically, talking in like D&D terms.
If I don't have any pips and sway,
It's 2, and you take the lower.
sure, why not? Can't get much worse.
There you go.
That's a 1 again.
Okay.
The 1 and a 5. Come on.
Come on. So you push the boat gets going. It crashes into another boat. Your hand is burnt. You can resist it with purely with a resolve check, because you willingly put your hand in the fire, basically. And all of the red sashes now know that you are trying to light them on fire.
I have no resolve.
So, so 2 dice and take the lower.
Okay.
Doc, I told you this isn't your specialty.
My lowest on that one is a 5.
Great. So you do reduce that to a to a blistering hand.
Ow.
You are going to take another point of stress.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is just a level 1 harm now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That is a
And
level
now
1
I've got-
harm.
So now I've got 2 of those. So now even if I take a level 1, it'll bump up to a level 2.
Correct.
Fun.
There you
Yeah.
there you
My
go.
hands hurt.
Okay. Caro, is there anything in specific you are doing to aid in the effort here?
Yeah, I'm probably like, if there is anything within like arcane I can help with, or anything with burglary to help assist them, I would love that.
If you can make something up, I will tell you you can.
Okay, so just because my brain does things,
Sure.
what was the last thing that they were doing?
The last thing who was doing? The last thing people you can see were doing?
Yeah.
You just saw Cedric and Renard run past the wall. Odysseus launched some sort of ghost bomb to distract the bluecoats. Katrina pushed a flaming boat at the red sashes, and it's caught one of their boats on fire. And Niptha took a header into the rocky water below.
I'm gonna go and help Niptha. And like, I want to like, obviously try and help them, but if I have something within my gear that I can help kind of just like aid them so they can grab on and have more leverage so
Sure.
they're not drowning.
Okay, I'll tell you what, so since you have the gear, why don't you make a finesse check and see if you can hook a line on one of the boats to give Niptha a bonus die.
Got a 4?
Yeah, that'll work. As you dive into the water, you swim underneath one of the burning boat. You get to the next one. You hook your burglary hook up on there, and one of the red sashes sees you, wheels about, and takes a crossbow bolt shot at you into the water. It would be a level 2 shot, stabbed harm. You can resist it with prowess or resolve to reduce it if you want. I can't hear you.
Push to
Sorry. So that's rolling the
The vertical.
the vertical.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I have 2 dots in both, so
Either one?
Either one, yeah.
Yeah. It's so the fiction is prowess is you like avoiding getting hit. Resolve is you just stick it out, like you just tough it out.
Then I got a 3 for both of my highest.
Okay.
So I'm gonna probably go prowess.
Okay, so since it is prowess, I will offer you a devil's bargain.
Okay.
Because you failed, but it is on a resistance check. I will have it deal no damage, but you take 3 stress.
Fine.
Okay, so tick up those stresses for you, and that is it for you. Niptha, you have a bonus die to attacking these boats, as Caro has hooked up a line for you to use to rapidly move towards and between them.
Yeah, so I see the line. Is there any way that I can... Wait, no, the line is attached to the boat. Never mind. Since there's such a fire, I noticed that, of course, with me crying out, are they still as distracted by the fire, or are there some distracted by me and then some distracted by the fire?
Oh, there's some of both. Yes, there is so much going on. What do you want it to be?
How many people see me?
A boat, at least a boat's worth, but not all in the same boat. A couple of people saw you fall. They don't necessarily know that you're there trying to kill them. You're just a person that fell in the water.
Yeah, which is fair. That's why I'm just like, I'm trying not to make a scene. and it just sucks that I fell.
I mean, you can use prowl and skirmish to remove them in sneaky ways. That is very doable.
Yeah, I'm going to take the rope, go underwater, and swim as well as pulling myself up through under the water so that I actually go faster.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Absolutely. Yep. Make a prowl check for that.
Prowl?
Yep.
Cool. And I have 2 pips in that, so I roll 2 dice and take the higher.
Yes, and you can use the bonus die from the setup that Caro gave you.
Can I save the bonus die before I actually roll this?
Sure.
Yeah, because I want to save that for battle rather than getting over there.
Sounds good.
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay. You are going to make it over there to them. You are going to have to give you a devil's bargain on this. To get the full effect of basically them not seeing you, you're going to have to swim under the burning boat and take either 2 points of stress or a level 1 harm.
I'm going to take the stress.
Okay. You go swimming underneath the burning boat, the water boiling. As you do, your skin singes. Your hair just a little bit. You are in perfect position to strike. Go ahead and make your what action would you like to use to attack?
Well, I know I still have to get on the boat. Or are you just assuming that I get from the boat under the water to the boat already?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Skirmish.
Skirmish, great. Describe the skirmishing as what you would ideally like the skirmishing to be.
Simple. I have the throwing knives. I'm going to throw it at the farthest people that have noticed.
Okay.
Anything of the distraction.
Okay.
And then I will, of course, since my hands are empty, take out my blades and start killing people that are nearer to me.
Okay. Go for it.
So 2 dice plus the bonus dice.
Yep.
The highest that I got was a 4.
Okay. So, a peek behind the curtain with combat and things like this. You are basically working against clocks. So the red sashes had they're a 6-tick clock, right? You have to basically equal 6 successes, but depending on how you do things, are more or less effective. So what you have described is effective. It is a risky check. So that is going to be, you're going to get 2 additional checks on that. So the burning boat was 1, and your flurry of blades is up there for 2 more. So you guys are halfway through these red sashes at this moment. But the knife fighting on the boat has had them attempting to stab and wreck you in return. Right, so you're in close quarters. You are going to take a harm, which is stabbed in the back, which you can resist with prowess or resolve.
I'm going to do it with prowess because I have 3.
Okay.
Is that just regular or disadvantage or what?
Give me the highest. That's regular.
Oh, okay. I got a 6.
Okay, so you're gonna resist it completely. You're gonna take 1 stress as you resist it. A critical means you resist it completely and take no stress. So yeah, Nicely done. You are on the boat. About half of these red sashes are either fleeing, their boats are on fire, they're getting bladed in the necks and bodies, and yeah, absolutely. Over to my land team. What are you guys up to?
I would like to throw another ghost bomb.
Another ghost bomb. Okay. Yeah, tinker it up.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Do I still get that extra die?
From the distraction? No, because they are now focused on you. A 2. Okay. So that's going to have a limited effect. I'm only going to give you a 1. You do chuck the ghost bomb. It hits, but now the blue coats are ready for it. They've got their masks down, and they raise their these sort of blanket coats, literally, that they have, and come bursting through the ghosts. And you are going to take a level 2 harm of beaten with a billy club. You can resist it with resolve or prowess.
We're gonna do it with resolve.
All right.
I got a 6.
You got a 6. Great. So you're a lot tougher than you perhaps would seem to be. You are going to take 1 point of stress, but you take no effect from the wound. Cedric, what are you up to?
Oh, we're hightailing it
You're
the
out.
whole way. I'm just counting my blessings for however many distractions or advantages that we're gaining away from everyone, and I'm making tallies on who I owe next and how to pay them.
Sounds good. As you guys are running, there are a couple of blue coats ahead of you. They are distracted. Everything is chaos. They're trying to actually get past you to worry about these ghost bombs, all of that sort of stuff. I would think either Prowl or Sway, if you to make your way past them.
Where's Pro? I have at least one in Sway, so I would. Do I get that bonus though?
Yes, you do.
We're
Yeah.
continued to distract
Oh
them.
yeah, they can. Everybody's continuing to help you and create distractions. Absolutely, you do get that bonus.
It's not a 6, but it's a 5.
A 5. Okay. As the blue cuts come running by them, what do you yell at them to convince them you are not who they should be looking at?
Hey, Cedric is on the red coat boat. You should go get him. Jaren said so.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's go. Come on. And they sort of turn back. I am going to give you a minor complication of Cedric will remember this when that gets back to him. Not Cedric. You're Cedric.
You're talking Jaren.
Garen. There it is. Thank you. Yeah, with that, you make it over to the tower. You can hear people running down the stairs just as you arrive. They come sort of bursting out from the door. Young-looking individuals, men and women, probably in their early 20s, maybe mid-20s at most. One of them sort of bumps into you. Move it, man. The hell.
Diplomacy. I need to get through.
All right. And sort of steps out of the way. You realize this is some of the orderless abandoning the tower.
Well, I'm just gonna note that. I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna prod. I'm just gonna use it to continue polling our good friend
Okay.
because he's out. He has a timer, and I know that.
Yes. Yeah. He is making his way. He's right behind you. You guys have made it into the tower. For the rest of the team, you don't know that he's made it into the tower, but you get the feeling that it's almost time to cut bait. You've got one more round of actions. You can continue to cause distractions, do damage. You can start to make your exit now. What would you guys like to do? Any order?
Well, how many people are still alive on the boat that I'm on?
At a quick glance, 50% of their forces are diminished. You're not just dealing with the boat that you're on. Your attacks, your blades. So to paint you a picture, it's a little more. Instead of a round in D&D where you're making like an individual attack, we're talking like action sequence. You jumped up on that boat and threw 5 blades at once, and a whole boat dropped. Right? You are in the midst of scrambling with 1 or 2 guys. There are 2 other boats across the way. One of the boats is left. One of the boats is on fire. So it is much more of a cinematic type of conflict and action here.
Do I know of any boats that are approaching this one that I'm on to assist? Like any backup?
Do you want there to be?
No.
Then no. Then there are none. They may be shooting at you, but there's none that are like sailing over to help.
Yeah, I'm caught in this. I know I can't escape comfortably, knowing that if I leave any alive here and they have crossbows, they have a better chance of hitting me when I hit the water. So I'm just gonna try and kill everybody before I leave, and then I'm also going to see if there's a limb and start throwing it off the boat before I leave. So
Okay.
it'd be like an intimidation tactic. Like, you follow me, you're dying. Like.
Okay. Sounds good. Go ahead and make the skirmish check.
And I don't have the bonus anymore, so that's just 2, correct?
Correct.
I got another 6.
Nicely done. So, from the 6, you were in a risky position. I'm going to go ahead and give you... That would normally be +2 on this. So, yeah, I'm going to give you the... I'm going to give you full effect. Absolutely. No harm done. Pretty much everybody, all of the red sashes at this point are fleeing, but they are not all dead. But they are not chasing you or caring about you at this point. Between the cops and the flurry of blades that is happening, they're out of here. This isn't worth it for them. My other 2 water wizards.
Question.
Yes.
The boat that I set on fire, was that our dinghy that we were supposed to get?
It was. Would you like to use a flashback to say that you swapped dinghies?
Can
You
I?
could always get on the boat with all the dead bodies on it. I'm on there.
You can.
But, I mean, is a dinghy better than a boat, or a boat better than a dinghy?
Technically, the
A
boat
boat's
was better than
yeah.
the dinghy, but
That's fair, alright. I mean, yeah, I guess then I'll just swim over to the boat that she's on and try and climb up onto it.
okay.
Don't mind the blood. Watch your step.
I'm used to it, it's fine, it's fine. Sorry I burned our dinghy, it's fine, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Sounds good. Caro.
Yeah, I'm joining the boat.
Okay.
What's a few more dead bodies?
Caro, because you are a whisper, being around this many dead bodies is unsettling because the
Yeah.
undead, their ghost spirits are absolutely lingering. In fact,
What do I need to roll?
you don't need to just yet,
Okay.
but because I'm imagining you're not taking the bodies with you. Like if you were hanging out with them, that'd be something different. But you do hear the call of the death crows. Birds trained to seek out dead bodies and alert the infrastructure of the city. There is a death bell that rings whenever a dead body is found, and it alerts the wardens. The cawing of the crows has begun.
We need to drop these bodies. Just get the fuck out. Get them out now.
You want me to burn them?
Yeah, we could just throw it on
Yeah.
the burning boat.
Yeah, I'll listen to their cries later. Yeah, just do it. No.
Cremation is what burning and cremation is one of the best ways to pass the spirits. So yes, so you guys are working on that. Over with my Odysseus, the bluecoats are all over you at this point. You are in a desperate situation.
I am going
sorry.
to attempt to. It's fine.
You're doing the job. Yeah.
I am going to attempt to attune
Okay.
and find the fucking angriest ghost that I can
Okay.
to help me with this nonsense.
All right. Sounds good. Let's get the attune roll. I will, before you roll, I'll offer you a devil's bargain. It's because you are looking for the angriest ghost or spirit or demon you can find. I will give you a bonus dice. If you take 2 stress, and if you fail, you'll still get the spirit, but you will be haunted by the ghast, by the rage spirit that that is summoned by you.
Go big or go home.
Okay.
I owe you a deal, so that may play later.
Six.
Just 1. You didn't roll 2? Just 1. Okay. You are going to take 2 stress. So check that off. And up out of the water. You tell me. You got a 6. What sort of spirit do you summon to drive off these bluecoats?
It is a big, burly dock worker
Okay.
who has drowned, so he's been down there for a long time.
Okay.
And he's just covered in barnacles, and like half of his face is eaten away. He is half skeleton, half, like sea creatures have completely made him their home.
Mm-hmm.
and he is huge. Like, he's just a big guy, and he's pissed. So he's coming in swinging at these.
Absolutely. There is a he drowned when a chain snapped from one of the loading rigs, and so he's got that massive chain with him. It's as big as his arms. The spirit of his corpse is bloated, and it sort of bursts up and out from within you, sort of like spirit armor style over you, and begins whipping the chain just in a whirl. Some of the bluecoats immediately begin to run in sheer terror.
I have a question, and this is me keeping track of the other clock that I have going.
Yep.
Of lit up like a ghost light.
Yep.
How many more ticks do I add to that?
So this is I gave you 3 ticks of effectiveness on fighting off the bluecoats, so you're gonna add 3 ticks to that. Lit up like a ghost light. Is that full?
Not yet.
Okay. So you are.
Because I chose to use spirit bombs twice instead of attuning.
Yes. Yeah. The spirit bombs didn't count. Okay. Over to Cedric. Cedric, you come making it, bursting into. You see what is the leader of the Orderless, who's got the alchemy table where they had the runic device, and they've just swept everything like into a sack. Renard on your shoulder. I made it. I made it. Just in time. Super good. Just good enough.
Get this done now. And I'll say it in an authoritative tone.
Okay.
I'm going to work with people I don't know.
Alright. Fine. He digs into the bag and he pulls out what is this clockwork sort of grabber with little spider blades that right, and in the center of it you can see the glowing bluish green of a runic stone, and he holds still and he grabs Renard by the clavicle here on the shoulder, and the little blades just sort of tick, 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 very, not quite piercing the skin, but very maniacally attached to his face, and you begin to see, even you without the gift of being attuned, see the thick white milky energy of Roderick's spirit being pulled into this mechanical arcane rune, and there is the sort of ghostly sucking sound.
Will I be able to see his face?
Roderick's?
Yeah, as it's getting siphoned.
Sure. Go for it. Yeah.
Because when I see it, I'm like, my debt's paid. And that'll end the ghost contract as he completely just right into it.
Okay. And when it finishes, the stone pulses, and where it was just the runes before, the entirety of the stone now seems translucent and just sort of lit up from within with this ghostly, sickly blue color. The Orderless looks at you. Just barely. Fine. Here. And he tosses you a bag of coins. No.
I suggest you run.
I suggest.
And I'll light a firework and one of those real loud poppers.
Okay.
Hoping you guys get the hint. Because
Yes.
I didn't say anything. But it's bright and loud. So I just and then let it go.
A flare
Nice.
bursts off into the sky outside of the tower. In the light that it casts, you can see the coming of the blue coat barges as Odysseus. I think you're my only person that needs an escape. You are free from immediately being captured. How are you pulling yourself out of this situation?
I'm gonna dive into the water.
Okay. Go ahead.
I just thought of this. I don't know if it's too late.
Tell me.
Can it be a firework that I just pissed Jaren off, that I know he knows it's me?
Sure.
And hopefully pull the red coat or pull the blue coat attention away from Odysseus?
Sure. I'm on board. Let's do it.
If it's anything, he knows that's my firework and that's the one that goes off?
Yeah. So normally I would tell you to check off a load. So this would count as a specific item that you had brought with you. So that'll
My
check.
arcane implements.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll check that whole thing off.
That's fine. Yeah. Like I said, you don't have to choose what items you're bringing beforehand. So yeah, that would be one of your load. Nicely done. I'll give you a bonus die to finesse Odysseus as you go diving into the water. Or if your boat friends want to try to catch you on the boat, you can do that. If any of you want to lead a group action of finesse to row the boat down there to catch Odysseus.
Yeah, I mean, like, I knew we were gonna have to head towards the land anyway, just to pick the rest of our crew up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would have assumed everybody would have been on board.
Fun.
Aha.
Who wants to lead the
I'm good for
action? All that means is that of the three of you on the boat, who wants to risk taking the stress of it, of people that roll poorly? Okay, sounds
I
good.
will.
Good.
I've not got much, so.
Okay, so everybody roll me a finesse check. Everybody except for Cedric, essentially, as we team up to get Odysseus out of danger.
Just one?
6.
Whatever you have in finesse.
Just one.
Okay, nice.
If I have just one in finesse, does that mean I roll just one?
Just one. Yep.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Nice.
I got a 3.
Okay,
Odysseus.
and a 1. Okay.
I got a 6. It's fine.
It's perfect. So the action works perfectly, almost as though you guys had planned it. The boat, you guys are rowing the boat. You've got the gondolier stick pushing. I don't think we have like boat motors for this size. Just underneath Odysseus, with the spirit still up there whipping about the chain, takes the action leap over the edge, comes landing into the boat with a nice superhero landing or thud, whatever you prefer. I'm on board.
3-point landing.
Yeah. Katrina, you're there. A little more on the left, a little more on the right. You're doing the math of like where they need to fall. And you watch Odysseus. You're like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, we're fine. Everybody's fine. You guys pull the boat into a one of the large rain waterways, washways, as you escape the pursuing barges of the Bluecoats. That is your first score successfully done. Congratulations to all of you. It is 11 o'clock. So if you guys have the time, what I would like to do is finish building your smuggler crew and do your first downtime set of actions. I think it'd take about 15-20 minutes if you guys are good with that. Yeah? Cool. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I got
Awesome.
time.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Nicely done, guys. How do you guys feel?
It could have gone better, but it could have gone way worse.
No, it went perfect. It was fine.
I think it went great. I think my constant ones were kind of hilarious.
I did not make this character to take on a squad of policemen, but here we are.
I mean, ghost bombs work, and it makes him mad. I mean, she Katrina did exactly what it says on the package. She blew shit up.
Nicely
It's
done.
not in the way she expected. It's fine.
I like how I failed at everything except for murder.
You were very good at murder. You were
I
exceptional.
just got really stressed.
Being a criminal is very stressful.
Odysseus is so freaking stressed right now.
I get 2 little things of stress. I'm fine.
So my question is, did you notice I was a spider with ghost contract, or that just happened?
No, just happened.
Okay, cool, because that felt perfectly in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I luck into those things, and I am very happy when I do. So let's get some different music than that water, because that's starting to kill me. Yeah, investigator office. That sounds nice. Or what is this? Yeah, Thieves Guild. Thieves Guild sounds nice. So you guys you have decided to be a group of smugglers. I will leave the naming for downtime. So we'll wrap up on the results of the score in just a moment. But you do start with 2 coins. That's Renard's. What's left on the sides, that's not going to Renard's retirement fund. You guys begin with a boat or you get a vehicle, and anytime you train in prowess, you would get 2 experience points instead of 1. So those are your benefits right there. But I guess first thing we need to know is your special ability. So I would say, like part of the family, if you guys really want to use this boat a lot, it can become a cohort. It can become something that has special traits and abilities to help you out. If you want to have help on downtime abilities, All Hands is there. If you want to continue to focus on ghosts, this is what Renard had, was Ghost Passage. From harsh experiences, occult ritual, all crew members become immune to possessions by spirits, but may choose to carry a second ghost as a passenger within their body.
That's big. I want to say yes to that. That's just my opinion.
I am not going to allow you guys to take just passing through, because you guys are not just passing through, which reduces your heat during downtime. Leverage, your crew supplies contraband for other factions if you want to do that. Reavers, if you want to focus on vehicle combat, that gives you bonus effect and armor. Renegades gives all of you a bonus dot in either finesse, prowl, or skirmish right now. And so those are your options.
I'll be fair and say I'll be like the last choice because I was not there the entire time, so I deem it fair that I am the last one to say.
To me, I would think like part of the family, Ghost Passage, or Renegades is what sounds appropriate of me to you guys.
I feel like the most in character thing for Katrina would be like part of the family, because it's like, I blew up one boat, I got us another. Let's make the boat better. This is our boat now.
Okay.
We commandeered a boat. That
If
would be my
we do
boat.
that, Kuro only requests we give it a good cleansing, maybe some sage.
Oh,
get the
honey,
dead out.
I can absolutely clean it because of my background. I don't leave a job messy on purpose,
Good.
unless it's in the contract.
Okay.
If there are any spare body parts, though, I will take.
I'll
Okay.
just ignore that you did that.
So, sounds like let's just put it to a vote. Like part of the family? 3? Okay. The other option is Ghost Passage. Okay. All right. For now, let's go with like part of the family. You guys will get the opportunity to pick up more special abilities later on, and that sounds like a really nice second choice. You guys now have two not special abilities, but improvements that you can pick up. And so the upgrades, that's what we're looking for. Crew upgrades. Smuggler upgrades are smuggler rigging. So that means you always part of your load can, for free, have 2 of your carried items are perfectly concealed. So that's very nice. Camouflage, your vehicles are perfectly concealed when at rest. They blend into part of the environment or are an uninteresting civilian vehicle. Elite rovers, all of your cohorts with the rover type get +1 die to quality rolls. Barge, you add mobility to your layer. So if you want to have your layer be able to drive around, you can do that. Steady, each PC gets a bonus stress box. But that costs 2 to unlock. So that would be all of them. And you already have a vehicle. When the vehicle is upgraded 2 boxes, it also gets armor. But you already have that. You can also pick up normal crew upgrades. So you can add a workshop, a vault to carry more coins. You can make your layer hidden. You can add a carriage house. Secure your layer. Quarters, boathouse, those sorts of things. What do you guys think?
You guys fought for it, so I will stay out of this voting because, again, I wasn't there. I didn't paint it in blood. Didn't get to do anything because I was
Valid.
not even there.
I feel like the first thing we want to do is, even though we as players can work well as a team, if we don't have a stable base or a secure base, then everything that we do from this point onward is going to be for naught.
Yeah, that's fair.
Agreed.
So secure our base then? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the one that, yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, anything that deals with base. I don't remember all the options, but I want to focus on the
Same.
base first.
that's fine. So secure is a good one. I guess my other question is, do you want your layer to be mobile or do you want it to be fixed?
My opinion is mobile because if it's fixed and we get outed, then we're F'd in
Yeah.
the B.
Yeah, mobile is.
If we're mobile, we can not be tracked. As far as I saw them here last, they'll still be here. No, we won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mobile is pretty cool.
All right. So you guys are going to pick up Barge. That is going to be your layer. So your layer is a barge. You can move it as a downtime activity.
Nice.
Your vehicle is a boat. You have secured it against people just showing up. And if you spend downtime activities on training prowess, you get bonus experience. So that is, all of that is very cool and awesome. I think the only thing to be decided is like your starting reputation, which I will look at in a bit because I think you guys just made quite the reputation for yourselves.
What?
I know.
Why'd you say that?
I got to get at my rival.
Just a little fire.
Well, since you were involved, no one really knows who you are, so you're the only one that's relatively safe.
Just a few ghosts.
Fair. Only the ghosts know.
So, So, when you complete a score, crew earns 2 reputation by per score by default. If the target was score of a higher tier, I'm going to give you the bonus 1 for this. The crew earns coin based on the nature of the operation and or any loot that you seized. So minor job, small job, standard score, big score, or major score. I am going to call this one a standard score. For the actual gameplay was probably closer to a small job, but the fiction of it, I think, is appropriate for standard at least. Gives us room to grow. Okay? So, you guys have currently a total of 8 coins. You can only keep 4 in your vault. So that leaves you with 4 coins to divvy up amongst yourselves. Coins can be used to purchase new equipment. You save them to retire, improve your lifestyle, all of those sorts of things. To make it easy for us right now, I'm going to give just everybody 1 coin. So I'll give you the bonus coin from Renard.
Thank you.
Since we are all learning about all of this stuff. Okay?
So we each have a total of 1 coin now, or?
I believe so. Unless character creation gives you any coins, which I don't believe it does.
I don't think it did.
No. Then you should have 1 coin. Coins are... Think of a coin as like a... Purchasing power-wise, like 100 gold coins. Like it's...
I was about to say like a John Wick scenario.
Yes. Yeah. It is absolutely one of those. It is a John Wick coin of doom.
It's easy currency, if anything.
Yes. There is no boss for you guys to be paying off currently, so that is good on your coin. You guys did earn. I'm gonna give you guys 6 heat, which is the most heat you can pick up on a job, because you were 0 heat is smooth, 2 is contained, 4 is loud, 6 is wild, devastating exposure, and I'm pretty sure that does qualify. But you guys definitely made a splash. You're gonna gain probably almost as much reputation from the job as you are heat. Okay. Your reputation is how you pay off how you level up your organization, and we're going to dive into downtime activities, which you can use to reduce your heat in a minute. So, did I miss the reputation? I think I did. Let's see.
It's nice that we finally came together and did some damage.
Yes, you did.
We made an impact.
I was chuckling to myself because it's like, yeah, you made some heat. I'm like, yeah, we put a boat on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Made some heat. I am singed and I have blistered hands. It's fine.
You know how to fix that.
I'm just singed.
That I do. You jumped out of the boat like a smart person.
That I did.
So it says you earn 2 rep per score plus 1 for the higher tier. I am going to give you guys 3 rep. I'm going to give you the bonus 1. There. 2. 3. Okay. Currently you are a level 0 weak hold. Tier 0 weak. That is not bad. That is where everybody starts out. Oh, strong. You're strong. Everybody starts out strong.
Perfect.
Which is good. Now we get into downtime activities. The one thing we didn't do a great job of is tracking your own experience points for tonight. And so find the level up section. We'll go over that. And then we'll talk downtime and we should be good. So, thank you guys for hanging out with us, everybody that is playing. There is 2 parts to the game, essentially. There is the actual heisting, and then there is the larger meta game of your crew and how they are doing and your reputation throughout the city, which I find to be can be as interesting as anything else. So, goals, actions, starting the game, players' best practices, setting precedent. I don't know. Anybody wants to help me find where leveling up is or experience is, I would appreciate it. Oh, do me a favor. Do check your personal character sheet. It should tell you how your class earns experience. And the crew earns experience. You executed successful smuggling. I will say yes, you smuggled Renard. Contend with challenges above your current station. Yes, that you did that twice. It's going to earn you 2 there. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Yeah, you guys got a new reputation of being just fiery and dangerous. Express goals, drives, inner conflict. Yeah, I'm going to give you guys that one too. Nicely done. So you guys picked up 5 experience points. You earn 5 more. You can pick up something new for your crew. Index. Those are good. I like those. Let's go to that. Tell me about experience index. Tell me what it is I wish to know. Yes. There's always experience points 48. Yes. Ha 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 ha. PC advancement. All right. During the game session, mark experience. When you make a desperate action roll, mark 1 experience in the attribute for the action you rolled. I will say everybody gets to mark 1 of those. So if you want an action that you made a roll on, go ahead and check yourself a experience for that.
What's considered a desperate action?
So, there are 3 states to an action. You are either in control, which means you can have a great deal of effect on the situation and with minimal risk. It is a risky action, which means moderate effect, moderate risk, or desperate, which means very little effect or very big risk, and sometimes both. So the one time I declare, I pretty much the assumed standard is risky. I do a pretty good job of calling out if you're in control or if it's desperate. The one time I definitely knew you guys were desperate was when Odysseus was surrounded by bluecoats. But because I didn't call it out the whole time, I'm giving everybody 1 check. So if you, for instance, I had a great skirmish, you put 1 dot over, you fill in 1 bar over prowess. And when that fills up, you can level something up. You can add a dot to something.
So in the instant, what would have that been?
In what instant?
When we were desperate.
So, so tonight, I would say what you were desperate, like when Odysseus was surrounded by guards, when Nephthys was fighting off all of the red sashes, when Katrina was pushing fiery boats at people, when you were hooking lines to boats to help Nephthys, when Cedric was striking the deal with Roderick. Those to me would be desperate actions. Those are the most dramatic moments. So what was like that? That's the way I would think of it. What was your most dramatic role you made tonight? So I would say, in order, Caro probably Prowl, Cedric, Sway, or Command, Nephthys probably Skirmish, Katrina Prowl. Was your most desperate role to push the boat, I believe?
Yeah, I didn't know if that was Prowl or Finesse.
I'll give you a finesse for it, sure.
Yeah.
Odysseus was the attune, right? So for those, you're checking the experience box in the attribute, right? And then, so that's just the first way to earn experience.
So wait, so it's the status bar. So like for me, you said skirmish.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not put another dot by skirmish. I would put a fill in the bar where it says prowess, right?
Correct.
Or is it a dot?
No. You were correct. The prowess bar.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just
Yep.
want to clarify.
Absolutely. When all of those hashes on prowess are filled up, then you get to add a dot to a skill of an action of your choice. Right?
Or the one thing, the XP, the last one that says you struggled with issues from your vice.
Mm-hmm.
Does that count with me and Jaren?
I don't think so today
Or
because it didn't.
Not directly.
Not directly. It was good color, but you didn't. A struggle. So if you had been like, Garen's here, fuck the deal. Renard can run on his own. I'm gonna turn around and attempt to kill this guy. That is putting the job at risk or struggling not to. In order that's where that comes in. But we'll get to that in just a moment. So your playbook specific trigger, usually it tells you how you guys earn experience on your specific playbooks. So I know for because I just have it up. Does it say on the character sheet? I thought it did. Experience. Yeah, for the leech. It says every time you roll a desperate action. Oh, these are all on there already. You address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem. So, yeah, absolutely.
Mayhem. Heck yeah.
If you're a leech, you did that twice for sure. You get 2 experience for that. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I don't think anybody really did that today. Struggled with issues. Don't think we didn't do that one in specific. So, and specifically for the other playbooks, I'll check on those in just a minute, but does everybody know what their triggers are for their playbook?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know where I'm
Mayhem.
supposed to look.
Okay. On your playbook, it is in the gray section. So it says your playbook. So like leech. Then it says special abilities. Beneath those, then clever friend. Then like friends and items. Beneath those, XP, and it's the second entry under XP. You addressed a challenge
Okay.
with. What does it say there?
At the end of each session, for every item below, mark 1 XP and 2 XP if that item occurred multiple times.
Right, and then what's the next thing it says?
Oh, address the challenge with stealth or evasion. Express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Struggled with issues from your vice or trauma.
I will say you earned 1 experience addressing a challenge with stealth or evasion.
Mine was with knowledge or arcane power.
I will say 1 for that. You definitely did so. Spider? Cedric?
Mine is calculation or conspiracy.
I'll give you 1 for the deal that you struck with that. Mayhem was 2. Katrina, absolutely. Odysseus?
So with these XP, would we put them anywhere we see fit? then?
Anywhere you see fit. That is correct.
Addressing the issue with knowledge or arcane power.
Knowledge or yes, 2. You're that happened a couple of times. So
Wait, so do we place these then check marks just in the status bar that says playbook on it, or do we divvy them out among our things? I thought it was supposed to go in the playbook.
it goes
one.
in playbook. You're right. I
Okay,
apologize.
okay.
It goes in playbook. I missed that bar. It goes in
Gotcha.
playbook. Filling up
It's the one at the very top.
Yeah, it's the one at the very top. Filling up your playbook allows you to pick up more special attributes.
Fun.
Yep. Or specialty items.
So the 2 you just gave me go up there in playbook,
Correct.
but the 1 from before goes into resolve for attune.
Yes, correct.
And then 1 in playbook and then 1 for prowess for me, you said?
Yes.
Got it.
So, just to clarify,
Sure.
I'm a little slow. So the 5 experience does not go in playbook, that just floats around anywhere.
The crew experience, the 5 crew experience?
Yeah.
Yes, that's on the crew sheet.
Okay.
So, you as a character earned 1 experience for addressing a challenge with stealth. And
I think that's it.
in your playbook or an attribute or 2. Oh, so here's the thing. You can put them in either a playbook or an attribute.
What happens if I fill out a playbook versus an attribute?
You get something in the gray rather than an extra dot, a special ability.
Oh, so I get a bonus ability.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, that sounds worth it.
So,
Yeah, it does. I'm like, ooh.
So, wait, I missed. What
It
can
takes
go,
so many more though.
What can go where? What can go either place?
so from the top.
I'm just trying to get these dots placed in the right places.
I know.
No, don't worry. It's fine.
Everybody is okay. Every time you roll a desperate action, that goes on the attribute. That is the only one that has to go where it came from. Okay? So, everybody knows their attribute and the skill that earned that for them, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, when you address a challenge, how your class wants you to, that can go anywhere. That can go on your playbook or on an attribute. When you start expressing your beliefs, drives, heritage, and background, that can go anywhere. In the playbook or on an action. Same thing with struggled with issues from your vice or trauma during the session. That can go anywhere. So. because it is our first session, I am going to make it just equitable across the board. Everybody should have 2 experience in 1 attribute, whichever one you did your cool skill tonight with. And everyone has 2 experience they can put anywhere they want.
So cool attribute would be like the 2 dot.
You're a tune. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, for you, it was because your moment of the night was you prowling to set up the line.
Oh, okay. Sorry, confusion there. So
All good.
okay.
So you have 2 dots in prowess, and then you have 2 dots because you guys behave differently when you know how to earn experience. Tonight was about playing, and everybody played really well. I don't want somebody to feel like they're behind because they didn't know how to earn experience. Like, that's silly. That's dumb. We're not doing that. So
I'm putting mine in playbook. I want a new special ability.
there you go.
You and me both. I want another one.
Nicely done.
I'll be able to wreck shit.
There you go. So that is all the experience. Everybody okay so far? Doing all right? We're close? Cool. Nice. Do mark off your coins up in the top of your character sheet, top right-hand corner. You can carry 4 coins on you, and then for all those coins you put in your stash, when you reach the end, it improves your living conditions, basically.
And we all have 1 coin, right?
You all have 1 coin. Yes. And this is how we play Blades in the Dark. Downtime. Everybody has 2 downtime actions. Things that you can do with your downtime include none of you have to go to jail yet.
Love how you say yet.
Well, yeah, when your heat maxes out, you start getting wanted levels.
It was close there.
Yeah.
Dude, I know I'm getting there.
So it's usually up to the crew to decide who has to go to jail. Yeah.
Renard, go to jail.
You know what? I'll go to jail. I'll go to jail.
No, you throw me in jail, and then you get all the reward money for throwing me in jail, and then you break me out.
There's a whole jail, who controls the jail system. Hey, Darian, nice to see you. Darian will be joining us at some point. He has a character for this game, so we'll give him a nice hello. Things that you can do are acquire asset. Let's not do that now because you guys just got all of your stuff that you had. Long-term project. So if you want to build something, usually that is a long-term project. Also, taking over new turf is a long-term project. Recover is something you guys are going to want to do because some of you have harm, right? So when you recover, you seek treatment to heal your harm. You might want to visit a physiker, stitch your wounds, soothe your mind. There you go. Nicely done. Recovery is like a long-term project. Your healer, Tinker, for your PC with the Psyker special ability or the quality level of the NPC. And then you roll and you check off segments on your heal clock for what they get. Okay? So, when you feel the healing clock, you reduce each instance of harm on your sheet by 1 level. So all of the level 1s will come off. Everything that was a level 2 becomes a level 1. All right? What I am going to say is, let's give. Go ahead.
I believe I'm the only one that has level 2 because I accepted it without even resisting.
I think.
I have a level 2. I was stabbed in the back.
Yep.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. So, for people that need to do heal and recovery, your quality of the doctors that you have available is your tier +1. So you guys are 0, so you have a 1d6 that you can roll. Unless, and I believe, Katrina, if you have the Physiker,
Indeed.
you can heal yourself, but you take stress if you do it.
Okay.
Or you can do it for them, but it counts as your action. Your downtime action. Let me
says-
double check.
Yeah. It just says that everyone in the crew gets +1 D to their healing treatment rolls.
There you go. So everybody can roll 2. 2d6, take the higher.
Including myself, or?
You...
Sadness.
I knew I needed to make a good friend.
Only 3, and I got a 3 again.
If you want to roll Tinker, you can do it for
Gotcha.
yourself.
6 and a 3. 6 is
Ooh.
the highest.
Nice.
You may study a melody.
I got a 5 and a 2.
So
5 being.
you take the 5. You can tinker with bones, blood, and bodily humors to treat your wounds or stabilize the dying. You may study a malady or corpse. Everyone in your crew, including you, gets +1 die to the healing treatment rolls.
Nice.
Knowledge of anatomy and healing is rare, esoteric thing in Duskwall. Without this ability, any attempt at treatment are likely to fail or make things worse. You can use this ability to give first aid. That's when you do it, is when you're in the field, you roll Tinker and can attempt to heal people. Allow your patient to ignore harm penalties for an hour or 2. It doesn't remove them, you just sort of first aid them.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So there is that.
I like that she's the mixture of she can explode things, but she can also fix you up after she explodes you by accident.
The duality. Duality
It's fine.
of
You'll
man.
be fine.
It's
Put a
very
band-aid on
Team-
it.
It's very Team Fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Let's go practice some medicine.
Last but not least,
Oh,
2
sorry.
things.
What does the 6 mean?
Oh, a 6
Yeah,
on
I
your
did 6 and
healing.
a 3.
Yeah. So if you got a 6, you check 3 segments on your healing clock. If you got a critical, you get 5. If you got a 1 or 1, 2, or 3, you get 1 segment. On a 4 or a 5, you get 2 segments. So there's a little healing clock on your character sheet where it says heal.
Yeah, I see that. So I got 6 and a 3. That means I got 7 total?
Just the 6.
Just the 6. Okay.
Yep. So
Then
that's
that's 5. So
Yep.
that's more than enough on the healing. But then I'm fine.
Well,
just
no, you only get 5 if it's a criticals.
correct. So you got 3 segments.
Oh,
So-
okay. Okay.
Wait, so I rolled a 3. Is that only like
That is 1 segment.
1 segment? Okay.
Yep.
And
A
once
5 is 2.
2 segments.
once it's completely full with all 4 segments, then all of your harm moves down a level.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. I'm almost there.
So you guys got that by using one of your 2 downtime actions to heal. You can choose to spend your other downtime action to heal, and that will push you over. The other 2 things that you may want to do, and I'm going to talk through them, is reduce heat. So you say what your character does to reduce the heat level of your crew. You make an action roll, You may consort with friends, who's a blue coat, arranges a few incriminating watch reports to disappear, or maybe you command fear of the local citizens who are too afraid to snitch. You make the roll, and then you reduce ticks based on the success of it. So again, usually 1 to 3 is 1 tick, 4 or 5 is 2, 6 is 3, and a critical is 5. That's also kind of how I judge your rolls and successes in actions. Okay? And then the last thing that you guys may want to do is indulge in your vice. And indulging in your vice removes stress. So,
I would like to do that.
I would love to do that.
okay.
I got harmed, so I didn't get stressed.
Yeah, I only have 2 stress. I think I'd probably do better just trying to reduce my harm again.
That's fine.
3 stress and 1 harm, baby.
Nice.
Is
Or
good
or
enough
stress.
still with us,
Oh,
or
you're
is
so
he
stressed.
still doing whatever he's doing?
I mean, he's around. He just got done being possessed.
Did he sleep? I told him to sleep afterwards.
You wanna go to dinner?
Sleep.
You had
Yeah,
a dinner.
I want my
deal.
date. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
absolutely. Yeah. You can do that if sure. So,
That was our agreement. We get him over there.
mhm.
If he wanted to live, he gets me food afterwards. That's how it
absolutely,
works.
I
absolutely.
can
You get-
take him right to bed. I prescribed him sleep.
dinner first, then bed, and
You
then
might
sleep
want-
in that order.
Might not need the medicine.
Hush.
All right. So, first up, who's doing another healing roll? Cool. Let's get the roll.
Highest was a 4.
Cool. So that is 2 more segments.
Okay, then I am completely full because I only had 1 segment left.
There you go. It does carry over if you have any. If you clear all of your wounds, then it doesn't carry over. But like if you fill the clock and a 2 becomes a 1, that extra segment does get to linger.
Okay, yeah. Well, I only had level 1 harms,
Oh,
so
okay.
it just clears it out.
Yep. So unfortunately, that one doesn't benefit you, but there you go.
He's fine. I'm not hurt anymore. That's all that matters.
He's fine. Is anybody going to attempt to reduce heat? You are. Both of you?
Yeah.
I figure through documents and diplomacy that I'm feeling this new me is going to be strongest in.
Okay.
I want to do what I can to reduce heat. I'm going to spread gossip and deter the attention away from us.
Okay. So, is that a consort?
That will be a consort because I have 2 notches.
All right. Let's do a consort.
That is a 5 high.
A 5 is 2 check marks. So your heat has gone from 6 to 4. And I believe Caro wanted to also contribute to that.
Yeah, I have 3 stress, so I'd like some heat off.
Are you going to remove your stress, or are you going to reduce the heat of the crew?
How much heat does the crew have?
The crew is at 4 currently.
Out of...
Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 total. You're about a third of the way.
Engage in a vice. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Just relish in the gossip.
Okay.
We'll take
Yeah.
care of the rest later. I'll make more paperwork.
There we go.
Okay, I trust.
So, indulging in vices. Stress relief. The Scoundrels of Duskfall are a special lot, right? We're going to indulge in your vice. When you indulge in your vice, you clear some stress. So, what is everyone that is indulging in vice? What is your vice?
I talk to dead people.
Good.
I want exotic food. I want weird food.
Absolutely.
I bump nasties with vampires.
Love that for you.
Okay. Good times. Um,
The option was there, and I took it.
it was there. Who?
That's
No,
fair.
I don't think anyone's blaming you.
Meanwhile, Katrina's just rolling dice for her vice, like, oh, pretty numbers.
So, you make an attribute roll using your character's lowest attribute. If there is a tie, that's fine. Simply use the rating, and you clear stress equal to the highest die result. Your lowest attribute can be 0, so I believe that is still 2 dice and take the lower. Hold on.
That sounds right. Just judged on everything that we've done.
Just on everything else, yeah. If your vice clears more stress levels than you had marked, you overindulge. One that can drive your... Yeah, overindulge. So, actually, you know what? Just roll... Just roll 1 for now.
3.
Okay. 4.
3.
So you remove the dice. You remove that much stress. Does anybody
Oh, perfect.
overindulge? Cool.
Close, but no.
Close, but no.
Whew.
Okay. Sounds good. I believe that is it for downtime. Guys, I know that ran a little longer. We got kind of in the weeds in some of that. But I think we had a really wonderful night. Thank you so, so much for hanging out with us. We are going to say good night. We will see you all next time. I think we're back tomorrow night, maybe with Gloomhaven, but definitely Wednesday night with Disasters in Danger. But until we are back in Duskfall, remember, be cool.